Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Chachionics. I'm here with another video. This video is going to be about the fights that are going to happen any moment now. It is currently 12:51 p.m. p.m. And the fights begin at 1 p.m. The prelims begin at 1 p.m. and the main card begins at 4 p.m. So today's fights will be a UFC Fight Night between Islam Makhachev versus Bobby Green. It was initially slated to be Islam Makhachev versus Beneil Dariush, but Beneil Dariush got injured, so Bobby Green stepped in on 10 days notice, and this fight will not be at lightweight at 155, but it will be at catchweight at 160. Everybody basically made weight, I think, except for like one person on the whole card. That I did not research. I did more research for this, for today's fights compared to last week. Last week, I woke up late. I wanted to make the video quick, and then my predictions didn't go so well. I went 5-7, 5 wins, 7 losses. But I guessed the main event correct. The only problem was I got 6 fights in a row incorrect, which absolutely sucked. If you watched the video and you followed the fights, you would see that that was factual. Hopefully that does not happen today. I did more research on the fighters. I was gonna make this as soon as I finished my morning routine this morning, but I didn't just want to bang out the video and all that stuff. I wanted to do more research about the fighters' records, how they've done recently, you know, how they stack up against each other. So, as I said, this fight is headlined by number 4 lightweight contender Islam Makhachev versus unranked lightweight contender Bobby Green. So prelims begin at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Main card begins at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Again, whenever I say times, I'm talking about Pacific Standard Time. So I already have my picks for today's fights. So this should not take too long. That's why I want to do my research and all that stuff. See who I think is gonna win. Get my who I think is going to win out there. So on the prelims, let's just do the overview of the fight. So from the first fight to the last fight, so here is the overview. A flyweight bout at 125 pounds, we have Victor Altamirano versus Carlos Hernandez. A welterweight bout at 170 pounds, we have Ramiz Brahimaj versus Michael Gilmore. A featherweight bout at 145 pounds, we have Alejandro Perez versus Jonathan Martinez. A lightweight bout at 155 pounds, we have Terrence McKinney versus Fares Ziam. A women's featherweight bout at 145 pounds, we have Josiane Nunes versus Ramona Pascual. A lightweight bout, and the headliner for the prelims will be a lightweight bout at 155 pounds between Rong Zhu versus Ignacio Bahamondes. That was with the prelims. We now move on to the main card. To kick things off, a middleweight bout at 185 pounds, we have Armin Petrosian versus Gregory Rodriguez. A lightweight bout at 155 pounds, we have Armin Sarukian versus Joel Alvarez. Women's flyweight bout at 125 pounds, we have Ji Yeon Kim versus Priscilla Cachoeira. A middleweight bout at 185 pounds, we have Misha Serkinov versus Wellington Turman. And a catchweight bout at 160 pounds, the main event, Islam Makhachev versus Bobby Green. So now these fights were kind of a little difficult for me to pick. Based off of how the fighters have done recently, like for example, Misha Serkinov versus Wellington Turman. These guys have lost more recently than they have won. Like Wellington Turman has lost like 3 of his last 5. Misha has lost 5 of his last 7. So, I mean, it was a little tough to make these picks. But let's just get into my picks and let's see how I do. So, between Victor Altamirano and Carlos Hernandez, I'm selecting Victor Altamirano. Between Ramiz Brahimaj and Michael Gilmore, I got Ramiz Brahimaj. Between Alejandro Perez and Jonathan Martinez, I got Jonathan Martinez. Between Terrence McKinney and Fares Ziam, I got Terrence McKinney. Between Josiane Nunes and Ramona Pascual, I got Josiane Nunes. Between Rong Zhu and Ignacio Bahamondes, I got Ignacio Bahamondes. Between Armin Petrosian and Gregory Rodriguez, I got Gregory Rodriguez. Between Armin Sarukian and Joel Alvarez, I got Joel Alvarez. Between Ji Yeon Kim and Priscilla Cachoeira, I got Ji Yeon Kim. Between Misha Serkinov and Wellington Thurman, I got Misha Serkinov. And between Islam Makhachev and Bobby Green, I got Islam Makhachev. So there are 11 fights tonight. Well, this afternoon. And yeah, let's see how I do this afternoon and this evening, basically. The fights are quite early. I think they switched up the times because they want to accommodate the East Coast, I guess. I have no idea. But those are my selections for today's fights. As long as I get the main event correct, I don't want to go 1-10, but as long as I get the main event correct, which is Islam Makhachev over Bobby Green, I'll be happy. But you know, we'll see what happens. Should be a fun one today. All these fights are good. I mean, these fights that seem like underrated, like there doesn't seem to be a lot of big names. That's where you get the most fun fights. And that's where you can scout, like, future stars of the UFC. Like, it's always fun to watch these fights. So, yeah. This is, that is who I got for today's fights. And, yeah, let's see how I do. And, yeah. So, you guys can comment down below who you think is going to win. You can comment whether you agree or disagree with me, but these fights are literally going to begin in 1 minute. It's 12:59 right now as I'm making this on the day of the fights. Probably should make it the day before so I don't have to go through this little, you know, skirmish of, you know, I don't know, in a rush of making the predictions before the fights. But either way, I'm lollygagging a little bit. Those are my predictions. I just want to do a quick overview. Here are the fighters who I think are going to win. Victor Altamirano, Ramiz Brahimaj, Jonathan Martinez, Terrence McKinney, Josiane Nunes, Ignacio Bahamondes, Gregory Rodriguez, Joel Alvarez, Ji Yeon Kim, Misha Serkinov, and in the main event, Islam Makhachev. Those are my predictions for today's fights. Let's see how I do. Hopefully better than last week. So, all right. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys, if you are watching the fights, enjoy the fights. And yeah, peace out, guys.